Hello again and welcome to Personal Productivity Using Technology with Dr. X. We are continuing with App Inventor, which is this very cool tool that we can use in order to create Android mobile applications. So, as you have already seen, we've got the link of App Inventor in our course web links, and by now you should have a Google account, an App Inventor open in front of you, and App Inventor installed on your computer, because this is the time that we will create our first mobile application. Excited. So we are very excited to create a brand new project, and we're going to name this Magic 8. You can name it Magic 8 Ball, but I will name it Magic 8 Ball Hybrid, because this is a hybrid class. So now if I click OK, I can get to the main screen of App Inventor. So here's the description of the main screen. As I promised you, the main screen is like a canvas where you can use your palette and paint. So it is for real that whatever you do here with App Inventor is going to be very, very creative. It's going to be like painting on a canvas. There's even a canvas in your palette, but that's a different thing. We'll learn what this is. So on your left hand, you can see your palette. This is like your colors. Your basic palette has basic features that you have seen in different apps on your phone. For example, buttons. Oh, you have absolutely seen buttons everywhere on your phone. I mean, you just open the phone to make a phone call, and you click on buttons, or to add a contact, or to type an email. There's buttons. And we'll see many of the basic palette ingredients, and many of them will remain undiscovered for you to discover on your own, since you're going to be a technology guru after this class. Media, of course. You have heard sounds, players. Media is your camera. Also, you can use the camera in your apps. So all of these palette objects are really things that you can actually use. So this is, App Inventor is perfect to introduce you to the most high-end, most up-to-date programming features. Programmers nowadays program with objects, actually. So they write a language, of course. They don't drag and drop things, but still they use objects. So the structure of App Inventor is excellent as introductory coding type of structure. Animation, again, objects, and of course social. Accelerometer keeps track of the speed of your phone. Location sensor, you may have seen several applications. Foursquare comes to my head that gets your location. Arrangements, because you are a painter, so you want to arrange things fun and nicely. And one of my favorite ones, I've had students, high school students, do something like a little workshop and create a Lego remote control. This is super cool. So there's even Lego Mindstorms and other stuff. Okay, so this is your palette, and we're going to be using the basic features, the basic objects for now. Here's your painting, here's your canvas, and here you will be able to see all the components that you have already used in your painting. For now, you only have a screen. Finally, on the right column, you see the properties of the single and only one object that you've got in your screen, which is the screen. So everything is an object in this type of programming, even your screen. And for example, in your screen, you can change a property, the title property, which is the property that you see right over here, and you can name this Magic 8. And as you can see, this property has transferred. You can always change the background, put a picture as a background, use a color. So I'm going to keep white, and several different things that you can play with the properties. But as you know, I'm not going to show you all the properties because I'm going to let you explore. So before we begin with the Magic 8, we need to have a couple of things downloaded. If you don't already have these downloaded, you gotta go to the tutorial, the Magic 8 tutorial, and then you have to go to the media library. And the media library has the things that we need. We will need some sounds and, of course, some pictures. So if you click on the sound, your browser is going to play the sound, as you can see. But I don't want this. I want to right click on the sound and save it in my H drive, of course, as we always do. And I'm going to create a new folder here and name it App Inventor. Open it and save. Right click again, save, and save, and save. You need all of these different things for your Magic 8 app. Now, how did I find this? Well, simply I went to App Inventor and then Teach, Magic 8, App Inventor Media Library. So always when you need material, go back to the main App Inventor website and then to the Teach part where you can find all the tutorials that we're doing, and then you'll see the materials right in front of you. So there's also some other good materials, like, you know, another video if you don't really like listening to me, and all of these cool things. And I'm closing this bar and going back here. Now that I have all my material, well, we said it's a drag and drop tool, so let's drag and drop a button. Drag and drop. So here is my first object. It's on my painting. It's also in the components part, and since it is selected, I can also see the properties of this object, and the object is the button. So now let's make the button a little bit more fun. Okay, now I'm at the point of drawing. I haven't gotten to the programming part yet. So let's see. I don't want any text for that button. I'm gonna delete that. And then I want to have an image. And the image should be a Magic 8 ball. So when I click on the button, I virtually click on a Magic 8 ball. So upload a new picture, browse my computer, image of a Magic 8. Open and OK. So now this one doesn't look good. I gotta make it bigger. So here we go. I am going to the width and experimenting. Okay, what's that fill parent? Let's see. It seems like it becomes as large as the title on top of it, as its parent maybe? Let's see, fill parent. That doesn't look good. I'm gonna go to the pixels. Let's say 300 and click OK. So that is now pretty nice, and you can experiment with the size and make it look better. Okay, I'll leave this to you. The aesthetics are fully yours, and you can make it much better than mine. So now at this point I don't need that text, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete it and click OK. Perfect. So now I've got a button that has a picture that is the Magic 8 ball, and maybe if I click that ball I will get an answer. So if you don't know anything about the Magic 8 game, Google it. So Wikipedia has a very good description on the game, and it also has possible answers so that we can use it. So it's a fun game, like the Magic 8 ball is an oracle, and you ask a question, like for example, am I going to get an A in CS 150? And you tap the ball and you get the answer. So going back to my painting, every good app needs instructions. Okay, I see the Magic 8, but I have no idea what I gotta do. So I will need to drag and drop a text box, and you can see the text box in my components, and you can see the text box properties. Since I clicked on the text box, I have the text box properties, and FYI, if I click on the button, I've got the button properties. If I click on the screen, I've got the screen properties on the right part of my screen. Now back to the text box. I want to add some text. No, Dr. X. This is not right. A text box will reveal text, okay? So, or somebody will have to fill in this text box with some text. So I don't want to keep that. I want to delete it. And if I delete it and click OK, that's how I get to delete a component from my painting. I actually would like a label. The label will show some text and will give some instructions to my user. So the text for the label would be tap the Magic 8 ball. And now let's make it a little bit more fun. Let's make it a little larger. Let's say font size 30. As you can see, I'm not even explaining these things to you because they are so similar to Word, Wix, Prezi, so many tools that you've seen so far. So showing with, let's leave it to automatic. We can even change our background color to make it show a little more. We can even make it bold. So now I have my very, very nice instructions. Last thing I want to do, after you tap the Magic 8 ball, I want to reveal the answer right under the instructions text. So I'm gonna drag and drop a second label, and you can see the name. Now pay attention, because you may have observed already a pattern. Okay, label 1, label 2. So the second label that I put in my painting is named label 2, and the text for label 2 is going to be mystery. So I went ahead and deleted the text for label 2 so that I can leave it open for my Oracle Magic 8 ball to fill in. And that's it. That's all my canvas. That's all my painting. In the next video, I'm going to program the painting. But one last thing, do not hit stop yet. All of these different components have names, and as I pointed out, the second label has the name label 2. But if we had 100 labels in our painting, then it would be difficult to distinguish. And that is another common part we've seen this renaming with advanced animation and PowerPoint, or we will see it later on, okay? So depending on how you watch the videos. So anyhow, so this label 1, I'm gonna go ahead and rename it And the new name of the label 1, I want it to be a meaningful name. I want it to be instructions. And then label 2 should be another meaningful name. It should be prediction or answer. So I could even name the button Magic 8. So all of these meaningful names help the programmer, you, keep track of all these beautiful objects that you will have to program them in the next video and make them smarter. But for now, save, and I will see you on the next time.